This one's been a bit tricky to get out of my brain. I'll premise this video with a warning, there'll be some pauses. Today we're talking about music and sound in video games and how music in Star Citizen and Squadron 42 helps to instantly build the world around us in a way that we understand at a glance, while also highlighting importance of music to the game and how Star Citizen has already built an audio library designed to hack at your brain at a nostalgic level. Let's set the scene. You're drifting through the Stanton system. The silence of the vacuum is absolute, but in your ears there's a low resonant hum, echoed by the calming arrangement of a cello and strings, mirroring the emptiness in which you float. Driving home just how distant those far-off lights truly are. So faint, so far away, and yet somehow you feel the weight of them. For games, music isn't just background noise. In a world like Star Citizen, the tone set by the instrumentals weaving together with visuals to build a connection in your brain like some kind of architecture, telling a story without uttering a single word, in the immortal words of Simon and Garfunkel, "And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more. People talking without speaking. People hearing without listening. People writing songs that voices never shared, and no one dared disturb the sounds of silence." What a classic. And before anyone asks, no, I'm not singing it. The process behind all this is known as autobiographical memory, a memory anchor, if you will. I want you to think about your favourite gaming memories, the way they blend lighting and imagery, streets cluttered with debris or sunsets rising over alien landscapes, all the while being tied to and having the mood or tone of the moment set by a mix of localized sounds such as weapon fire or machinery, ambient sounds of animals or people. Bridging all of this on a canvas of near sensory completeness is the music, an often orchestral cacophony painting vivid, visceral vistas that has remained with you to this day. It's especially noticeable in what we consider to be classics. Take Mass Effect, when you hear the track Vigil by Jack Wall and Sam Hullock, or the marching drum beats in a military rhythm as the Crucible arrives during the final battle with the Reavers. You aren't just thinking about menu screens or UIs in those moments. Often when glancing back visually, the games don't hold up in comparison to modern titles, and yet it's those memories in games and those moments that we hold the closest in our minds. Like the feeling of the last stand in Halo 3 racing the Warthog as thousands of enemies swarm around you while the world itself is torn apart. You're transported right back, feeling the weight of the galaxy on your shoulders. Now if you could take a second to think, what moment brings you back? And once you're done watching the video, drop it in the comments. We had some great interaction from the last video and I'm keen to hear, I guess read what others think. I probably won't be doing this in every video, but in this particular topic I'm actually honestly curious. Now back to your regular scheduled program. For anyone who's familiar with the Tom Clancy's Division or Ola Strand's work, specifically the tracks like Prologue or The Dark Zone, the same can be said. As the dirt-filled covered city streets freezes or pulls around you, the sound of distant gunfire, barking dogs and wildlights from random NPCs. To encapsulate the Division audio, the best example in my opinion is the Silent Night trailer and the Division 2 announcement trailers, each setting the tone of this bleak reality that sits very close to home for some of us.
It's hard to watch something you love destroy itself, to see it fall apart. Disaster always feels so distant, detached. Someone else's struggle in some faraway place. It's not until it's in our city, at our doors, that we realize how fragile we are. All of us. All of this.
And how could I really talk about music in games without the legendary collaboration between Martin O'Donnell and Michael Salvatore in Halo? You don't even need to see the Spartans, let alone anything else, and you know it. That distinctive vocal rise instantly brings back the feeling of ancient religious mystery and an epic scale of war for survival. years after you've put down the control of these melodies and sounds, act as a save state in your brain. It only takes one note or one noise to trigger a flood of memories or rebuild a world you left but never forgot. Why does this happen? The scientific term for this zero cool level of hack going on in our brains is called music-evoked autobiographical memory. It's the powerful, almost magical experience you get when hearing a song or specific sound that cracks open your brain, flicking a switch, suddenly transporting you back in time to a vivid memory from your past. As a side note, smells can do this too, but sadly, or perhaps serendipitously, we don't have smell-o-vision yet. In game design, it's specifically choreographed to happen at times of emotional change and is used to set tones or moods, leaning into sounds the human experience already knows from years of exposure to film, music, and the world at large. Types of music or deliberate sound effects are often chosen specifically to invoke reaction and memory, sometimes as a way of conditioning players to a mechanic, as an example, combat music triggering when danger is nearby. It happens because the areas in your brain that process music and sound are wired directly to your brain's emotional and memory centers, like the amygdala or hippocampus. This strong neurological connection is exactly why an old song from your youth or track playing during a major life event can instantly bring you back, not just to the details of where you were, but exactly how you felt in that very moment. This is used to train players in the same way you can train muscle memory. Just like hearing a siren in the real world tells your brain it's dangerous or an emergency is nearby, allowing you to react accordingly. With all that in mind, imagine Star Citizen without Pedro Camacho's score, without that grandeur. Landing on Orison for the first time is just a technical achievement. And with Star Citizen's visual fidelity, it can leave you in absolute awe. Camacho's work, along with contributions from composers like Matthew Fozer and Josh Crispin, gives the environments a voice. Whether it's the industrial oppressive hum of Lawville or sterile yet hopeful tones of New Babbage, the music defines the vibe, if you like, before you even step off your ship. Without it, the scene would be empty, a beautiful but soulless void. The developers at CIG have learned to use this psychological bridge to their advantage. For example, you're hauling a hull full of Quantanium and a hostile contact alarm trips. The music shifts, the transition from serene day in paradise to the aggressive, driving tones of a combat track like To War. This serene silence then breaks and the drums kick in. The urgency is physical. It's just like our previously mentioned Warthog run in Halo 3. The louder, aggressive tones of the combat track do more than just be a set of sounds. It's a way of conveying urgency and danger, designed to raise your heart rate and narrow your focus. In Star Citizen, when you're hauling millions in cargo, the hostile contact alarm trips, the music shifting into a high-stakes driving rhythm is what makes your hand sweat on the flight stick or mouse and keyboard. You snap to attention and become immersed in the moment, fearing for your cargo. In the end, sound is the bridge between the player and the pixel. Whether it's the lonely jazz-infused noir of Halo 3's ODST, or the epic synth orchestra hybrid of Mass Effect's Uncharted Worlds. These scores provide an emotional context that gameplay alone cannot. In Star Citizen, as we move towards the future with Squadron 42 and expansion beyond the standard system, these auditory threads are what will tie our memories together years from now. Because in space, no one can hear you scream, but apparently everyone can hear the orchestra. And as always, if you like what you've heard, throw a subscribe and a like down below, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Uru!